If you've been dealing with a lot of issues and obstacles and challenges in a certain situation in your life, and no matter what you do, no matter what you try, things just don't get better, then this message is for you. It can be so overwhelming and upsetting to see the same messages, advice, and opinions regarding you just letting it go, just let it be, just walk away from it, just move on. You're seeking clarity, you're seeking guidance, you're looking for ways to improve it, to make things work out. You're not looking for ways to end it. It is not an easy thing to walk away from something that you have been investing so much of you into. After all of the things that you've been through, all of the things that you put up with, all of the things that you did, all of the things that you tolerated, all of the times that you sacrificed yourself, that you put the people in this situation above you, you end up in this moment where you have almost no option but to just walk away. It is very upsetting and very conflicting to accept that all of that was in vain. Some people may disagree and say, no, that's not true. It was not a wasted effort. It was not a waste of your time. It has a special purpose in your life. And even though that's true, then how come it doesn't feel like that to me? It took away my peace. It took away my well-being. It drained me. It took advantage of me. And I'm just supposed to be all positive about it and walk away from it so easily? I mean, the answer is yes, but let's be honest. How? How do you do that? How do you get to that point? Letting go is very hard, but holding on is even harder. At some point, you got to be more honest with yourself. If the people in that situation could not speak, would their actions make you feel loved? If they couldn't say one word, would their behaviors and actions make you feel appreciated and valued consistently? How do you walk away from something that was so meaningful to you, something that had the potential or perhaps used to be the ideal situation for you? How do you walk away from that? How do you just throw it all in the garbage and just move on from it so easily? A few months ago, I was stuck in this situation, and honestly, I did not know what to do. I didn't know what to say to make things better. I didn't know what else I could try to make things work out. But I also was exhausted and drained, and I almost wanted to have the courage to give up on it because I was tired of fighting. So even though I didn't know how to fix things, a big part of me also was tired of the BS. I was very tired of the toxicity, of the chaos, of the imbalance, the injustice. After many, many prayers, many moments of solitude, of meditation, of reflection, journaling, after many sleepless nights, after many tears, after many moments of anger, of confusion, things finally began to make sense to me. And one day I realized that no matter what I did, no matter how hard I tried, no matter what I said or how I said it or how I did things, I just could not fix it. I could not change the outcome. The situation was not improving. I kept on reaching a dead end because it was not meant to be anymore. And if things got better, if I got a little bit of divine help or a little bit of a push to help me fix things, then that meant that I would have settled and I would have chosen to stay and to fight. And it was exactly those feelings that took over and led me to just giving up, just letting things go. Even though it wasn't fair, I also was very proud to know that I did my best. That even though things didn't work out, if I chose to walk away from it, it would be in my terms and it would be with me knowing that I did my best in the situation and that I was not the one causing that turmoil, that chaos, the issues. I was the one trying to solve them. I was not the one initiating the ending of it, but I did have to be the one to accept it and to embrace it. Realizing this gave me a deep sense of peace and took so much weight off my shoulders because I was able to see that I was the one trying to remedy things. I was the one trying to rebuild, trying to fix, trying to improve the situation. I was not the one, however, destroying things. I was not the one causing chaos and turmoil. I was not the one lighting up the fire to burn the bridges. I was not the one stepping over others and abusing others and mistreating them. I was the one trying to make things better. I was so focused on being a green flag for others. I was so focused on showing up for others and seeing the best in them that I ended up ignoring and bypassing the red flags. I was so focused on being the best I could be for them that I ended up ignoring the worst in them in the name of seeing the best in people, in the name of being a good person. I remember the moment where I finally was able to see clearly the messages and signs that I was praying and asking for. I was able to finally comprehend that my peace was more important than their presence, that my well being was more valuable and more of a priority than the minimal benefit that I got from that situation. I was able to see that I did not fit the mold of what that situation wanted from me, because it was that situation that was not the ideal thing for me. It was that situation, it was the people in that situation that did not fit the mold of what I deserve. The situation wouldn't work out because it didn't have what it takes to work out for me. Sometimes temporary people coming to your life to give you permanent lessons. That day, the blindfold finally came off. The last day that I shed tears over that situation, I asked God to give me the courage to recognize the signs that He had been showing me all this time. And I remember very clearly hearing the words, "Let it go. I wouldn't be taking this from you unless I had something better." Receiving that message was pivotal for me being able to accept it and release control of it. I no longer wanted to change the outcome because truthfully, I was tired of trying. I was tired of crying over it. I was tired of thinking of different ways to improve it, of drafting messages, emails, texts, and thinking of ways to show the truth, to share my voice, to help people see the things that they could improve themselves to make this work out. I was so tired. If the situation was not improving, if God was intervening, it's because it didn't have what it takes to be the ideal thing for me. I want to share with you some of the instrumental pieces of insight that I gained in that process that helped me build up the courage to walk away. People's title does not entitle them to do with you as they wish, to treat you the way they want to. People's title and tenure in your life does not entitle them to full, permanent, unconditional access to you. Just because they did something nice to you in the past or they helped you with something at some point, it does not mean that you are in debt with them. It does not mean that they are absolved from the consequences of them crossing the line, stepping over your boundaries. Just because at some point they did something that was seemed or viewed as kind, it does not give them full rights to treat you as they please indefinitely in the future. You don't owe them anything. People should be nice to you. People should be kind to you. People should help you. People should support you. It's a matter of shifting the mindset from them being the ones in a high pedestal to you. They did something nice, sure, but why did they do it? They did something nice because you are so great that you deserve people to be kind to you. It is you, the one who is so magnificent and so unique and so talented, and because of that, you deserve for people to treat you nicely. You deserve for people to work with you, to support you. Those people couldn't help but to do nice things for you, to support you, but to provide things for you. If they did something nice in the past, then that is awesome, and I'm sure that you feel thankful for it. However, that does not mean that you are in debt with them, that you are indebted to them. It does not mean that they now have full ownership over this relationship and that they have full control over how to treat you and what to do with you just because they now bought access to you indefinitely. They bought ownership of this relationship and control over you just because of what they did in the past. You know what? I'm sure that it was maybe nice, but you also have done things for them. So there you go. You're even. At some point, you also have to maybe realize that perhaps that was bare minimum. You don't owe them anything. It is time to let go of that burden. If you're holding on to this because you feel like they did so much for you in the past and now you cannot leave them, you should not walk away from them. You leaving them would be you being ungrateful for everything that they've done. That is a way of manipulating you into staying. That is a way of manipulating you into settling and tolerating whatever it is that they're doing for you now. So don't allow that to fool you. Whatever was done in the past was done in the past. I'm sure that you did nice things for them too. Let's talk about what's being done today, because how someone treats you today matters more than how much you like them, than how much you want them. Ignoring the red flags today because you want to see the best in them is going to cost you later. You will regret investing more of you into this situation because you've already done all you could. You will regret staying and fighting for someone or something that is not the best for you. It is time to accept people for who they are, but also place them where they belong. A narcissistic, evil, toxic, chaotic, unhealed, and disrespectful person cannot be placed on this high pedestal of someone who holds so much significance in your life. A relationship that is draining you, that is disrespecting you, that is abusing you, cannot be placed on this pedestal of your ultimate ideal relationship, of your ultimate ideal partner. partner or friend. It just won't work. You cannot expect for a negative situation or negative people to yield positive results, to yield positive feelings and moments for you, because they don't have it in them. They don't have the qualifications. They are simply not qualified. Therefore, they should be disqualified. Remove people from high pedestals where you placed them at some point because you thought they had potential, because you thought the situation had potential. See the true colors, see the evidence, study the patterns. What is your limit? If you keep experiencing negative things with that situation or those people involved, then at what point will you be fed up with what is happening, and will you stop tolerating all that negativity? What is your limit? Do you not have a limit? There's got to be one. Some people may not think that you have one because maybe they crossed the line many times and there was no consequence and there's still a significant part of your life. However, at some point, you've got to put a stop to this. You cannot allow the disrespect, the negativity, the chaos, the drama, the abuse forever. You don't deserve that. Even if you've made mistakes in the past, or even if you feel like there's ways that you could be better for others, it does not mean that you deserve to be treated this way, to endure this negativity forever. You were not born to be a backup player in their life. You were not born for them to be the main character in your story. You were born to be the main character, and it is time to embrace it and act as such. As much as you try to be a green flag for others, others should do the same for you. And you know what? It is not to be mistaken with the bare minimum. The bare minimum is for people to be respectful, to be honest, to be kind, to be human to one another. You were not born to simply make other people's lives better. You deserve to have a better life. You deserve to require more. You deserve to demand more. You deserve to have the same greatness that others have as well. Don't negotiate with yourself anymore. Stop negotiating your boundaries. Stop negotiating your peace and your time and your well-being. Stop exchanging all your greatness, your talent, your hard work in exchange for bare minimum. You deserve more. If this situation is so problematic and stressful and chaotic, then you know what? Maybe God does not want you to settle for that. Maybe that discomfort, that disappointment, that disillusionment that you're feeling is meant to trigger change. It is meant to push you on a different direction. I mean, if it was meant to be, it wouldn't be like this. I'm sure there's going to be ups and downs in situations and relationships, but not like this. Not mostly negative for you and yet positive for others. It is not meant to be this negative or chaotic for you the majority of the time. That is a one-sided situation where you are the one who has to sacrifice, who has to provide more, who has to show up more often, who has to do your best, who has to put up with more. It is not beneficial for you as much as you thought it could be, as much as you thought it would be. It just will not work because it is not the right place. It is not the right people. It is not the right time. And if you just stop trying to control the outcome and stop draining and depleting yourself in that process and just let your guides guide you and let God intervene and help you, you will end up being led into a different direction, because God or the universe will never give you peace in something that you were never meant to settle in. So please pause for a moment, think about this, reflect on this, try to connect the dots and see the bigger picture. Step away for a moment and see in that situation, who was the one trying the most? Who was the one loving the most? Who was the one working the most? Who was the one rebuilding, trying to remedy, trying to heal, trying to improve, trying to suggest, trying to work things out, trying to solve things? Who was the one doing all of that? And what are the obstacles trying to tell you? Maybe that is God placing those obstacles, trying to force you to take a detour and go elsewhere. Maybe those obstacles are being placed by your spirit guides so you can stop heading in the wrong direction. If you walk away, it is not you being a failure and you making a big mistake. No, you walking away from something that is not working out in your favor means that you are choosing you. It means that you are choosing better for you. It means that you are trusting God to guide you in the right direction. I pray and hope that after analyzing this situation and listening to this message, that you finally make the right choice for you and you choose better for you and you walk away from the things that are not good for you, that are not great enough for you. Because good enough is not even the best that you can have. You deserve more. You deserve better. I hope that after all this time that you vocalize your boundaries and that you have consequences to the line being crossed, that you have a limit. And I also pray and hope that you have the wisdom to know when to walk away without taking action. There are some situations and instances and relationships that do not deserve an explanation from you walking away from them. Some situations don't deserve a reason for you ending it. In the name of your mental health and peace, sometimes it is best to just walk away and not even give an explanation, not even clarify situations or misunderstandings or bring closure to things. Some chapters deserve an ending without the other party being involved in it. And sometimes you just need to walk away and keep your truths to yourself. Now you get to have full control. Now you get to dictate how things go in your life. Now you are the main character. People who were ultimate villains in your life, they don't deserve an ounce of your time. Please know that you have the liberty to choose how the ending goes. And so if you don't know what to do after you decide to end something, you don't have to do anything other than just walking away and moving on. You don't have to give an explanation. You don't have to give a reason. You don't have to explain your truth. You don't have to clarify misunderstandings. You don't have to try to clean up your name. You don't have to show more evidence to show your truth and point of view. You don't need to do all of that. You have the freedom to just walk away and leave with no explanation. Even if people don't like it, even if people question it, even if people disagree with it, that is your choice. You owe it to you. You owe it to your peace and your well-being to do so. If you made it to the end of the video, please share any takeaways or any additional insights that you may have from your own journey, because you never know if what you share could be the sign that someone else is desperately looking for that could help them make a drastic change to improve their life. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.